Let's see if this sticks. I don't know if it will or not. Who fucking knows, really? But Whitmer's had her emergency powers tried to be revoked, actually revoked, reinstated by herself, and she's continued to claw back and forth, and then disregarded some ruling by the courts, and she just doesn't care. She just wants to control Michigan like her own little dictatorship, and she's the chancellor of the great state of Michigan, and nobody dares question her authority. Until the recall effort went out there, and then after she tried to sue to make it illegal and not happen, yeah, it's going forward. No real developments on it. Sucks to suck. But eventually when that ball starts getting to roll, we'll fucking figure it out, because that'll be interesting, because I don't know how many people she can hoodwink into thinking that, yeah, she's really the right choice at this point. Her term's going to be up in 2022, and I pray to God for the people of Michigan to realize that electing her in the first place, there were red flags already there, and the way that she's comported herself to this entire pandemic has been one of the worst displays of any elected official, at least in the developed world. And thank God the Michigan Senate repeals her emergency powers law. And she's not allowed to veto it. Is she going to try to? Is she going to try to snake her way through? You goddamn better believe it. But at least for the time being, yeah, the tyrant's powers have been curbed. Michigan Senate on Thursday approved a petition that repeals Governor Gretchen Whitmer's emergency powers with another approval expected by the state's lower chamber. They're both Republican controlled, but it looks like if it's unable to be vetoed, if it's veto proof from the Senate, some Democrats must be tired of her shit. It's like, listen guys, she's fucking dragging down our brand. We gotta fucking cut anchor and just fucking fly away, sail away, whatever. She'll fly away on her broom. Hopefully out of the state and right into the pen. The Michigan Senate's 20-15 vote came 2 days after the board of state canvassers certified the petition, which was started by a group called Unlock Michigan and gathered over 340,000 signatures. Nice! The board deadlocked 2-2 in April, but voted 3-0 this time around. Does somebody abstain or what? Who knows? The petition took aim at the 1945 Emergency Powers Act that enabled Whitmer to impose harsh restriction on the state residents during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is still going on. You should just wear your mask and get all the jabs. Republicans on the Senate floor before the vote praised the petition and said it was needed to curb Whitmer's power. Listen, the people hate your power, okay? You're elected to represent them, so you should probably stop subjugating them. I will never stop. Okay, cool. Well, they signed all these signatures, so you hate to see it. This initiative represents a people's veto of the governor and the unlimited power she has tried to claim during this pandemic, State Senator Tom Barrett, a Republican, told colleagues. Michigan Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, another Republican. Yeah, I think this vote, by the looks of it, came down party lines, but we'll see as we continue on. Said the petition doesn't take power away, but reassesses where the power belongs. Alright, so he's the Mitch McConnell of Michigan. Cool, got it. Democrats offered different explanations for their no votes. So racism or sexism? I'd imagine sexism will probably come up somewhere along the lines. State Senator Mallory McCorrow, a Democrat, of course, argued that the legislature is a deliberately slow-moving body. What? That's something. Yeah, we don't really need to think about this stuff. All you need to do is just follow the science, bro. Fuck off. But when an emergency faces our state, we don't have the luxury of time. Really? Did you see how fast all the other states, I don't know, either opened up or shut down, or how quickly the White House mobilized troops? Yeah, definitely. It's as quick as you make them. Huh? Exactly. Just take a look at the legislature in Texas and how quickly the Democrats down there can hop on a jet. I'd say that they can move pretty quickly, even judging by the size of some of those fucking wildebeests. But when an emergency faces our state, we don't have the luxury of time. Okay, listen, at the outset of this, it was fine, okay? Everybody was a little bit shell-shocked, and we gave them, unfortunately, a little bit too much. We gave them an inch, and they took the proverbial mile. So, yeah, you had your 15 days to figure it the fuck out. Georgia, to their credit, only extended everything until, May, and then they decided to kick the doors open. Florida was not that far behind, and then at the turn of the year, Governor Greg Abbott once again found his balls. He couldn't really tell. They've been asleep for a little too long because nothing really works below the waist. But what's the excuse for Whitmer, okay? still trying to rule with an iron fist when she's not sitting on it. So you act like all of this stuff isn't for the fact that she continues to stretch out the amount of tyrannical authority that she has. We're just going to go ahead and take out that very key aspect to this, okay? That is what this legislature of the past put into place, and I could not in good conscience support or measure to remove those powers and put future residents at risk. In the executive of the state does not have the ability to act quickly. Okay, well, somebody didn't get enough hugs from their father. A Whitmer spokesman, or whatever, spokesperson, did not respond to a request for comment, probably because they were getting things thrown at them and they didn't have time to answer their cell phone. A Michigan House of Representatives GOP spokesman told the news outlets that the chamber will vote on the petition soon. Oh no, but I heard everything moves slowly from some Senate Democrat in the state. Cool. But yeah, no, they're going to be voting on it quickly. Imagine that. If it does not within approximately 1 month, or if the vote fails, the voters will decide on whether to repeal the emergency power law in the next election. Cool. Republicans control both chambers of the legislature in Michigan. Yep, we already knew that from all the recalls that went through. And whenever she's done something stupid to fucking figure out what most of the people in Michigan are all about. So yeah, whenever we have the opportunity to dunk on Gretchen Whitmer, I never fail to take it. And I hope the recall is successful against her, and she's going to have to go through something like what Gavin Newsom is. And hopefully she'll find some stiffer competition, because Michigan, yeah, a little bit more of a toss-up state, right? It's apparently a Democrat stronghold because of the election results in 2020. Nothing sus there, of course, because I believe all the science all the time. Michigan, on the other hand, yeah, at the state level, might be a little bit more open to a change in structure, right? Unfortunately, California does not find themselves in a similar situation. We already know what Gavin Newsom's doing in order to, for a lack of a better term, buy some votes in the upcoming recall election, and then again set the stage for 2022. Yeah, he's going to be forgiving people's rent, okay? He's going to be paying people's rent. He's been giving you back your freedom, TM, by lifting different restrictions. But then at the same time, Los Angeles County is reinstating mask mandates regardless of vaccination status, because they also follow the science, I guess. And then, if not everybody else was already convinced, they're looking at giving out reparations for a state that never had slavery, but because they can be the first state to do that, they seem cool, okay? And they're also going to be handing out even more free money, because they're not trending towards bankruptcy at a record rate. They're not exploring different ways to tax people who used to live in California and fleed these horrible policies in order to claw back some money because they're doing so well. Yeah, no. They're going to start giving out some more free money. California lawmakers approved first state-funded guaranteed income plan in nation's history. Universal basic income is coming to California. It worked so well for 3 months in Ontario. I'm sure it should work infinitely better in a state that has, what, 45 million people there? In a state that's already home to, what was it, Oakland a few months ago was already bandying about the idea of giving out $500 a month to only black citizens. Yeah, because fuck discrimination laws, right? Fuck the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. They don't matter because you can't be racist to white people, right? Oh, California, what the fuck have you become? California lawmakers on Thursday approved the nation's first state-funded guaranteed income plan, which would distribute $35 million of monthly cash payments to eligible pregnant people. Pregnant people? They're called pregnant women, okay? Try as you might, and a lot of the San Francisco population does. Men cannot give birth. I know what used to be not a controversial statement at all whatsoever has now got its own emoji, okay? I haven't brought it up or anything, but I seen this in passing, and it's so fucking retarded. It's somebody with a pregnant belly and has a fucking mustache. It's like, what kind of bizarro world do we live in? But that'll be dropping soon because emojis are a thing. I don't know. I don't use them because I'm not a 14-year-old girl. Oh, but anyways, yeah, pregnant women and young adults who recently left foster care. Oh, wow. This is where it starts, right? Our most vulnerable population. But now what? You're just incentivizing single motherhood even more so? Or even if these load dumpsters drop off their fucking one night stand regrets, yeah, they're gonna get fucking paid off in 18 years time. God damn it, dude. The taxpayer funded plan was approved unanimously in both chambers. Oh my god. Oh, it's that Star Wars line, right? Democracy dies to roaring applause. California is so fucked. And now heads to Governor Gavin Newsom's desk. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's already fucking stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered. There will be no restrictions on how eligible individuals spend their money. Of course, fucking scratch tickets and Colt 45. If you look at the stats for our foster youth, they are devastating. Why don't you try to fix that? Oh, why don't you try to make their lives better? No, just give them some free money and then just tell them to vote Democrat every couple of years. Okay, cool. Got it. We'll just give you enough money so you just shut up, but not enough to make your life better. Cool. Senate Republican leader Scott Wilk, whose job is totally fucking useless. We should be doing all these things to lift these young people up. You couldn't sound like a more detached elite if you tried. As much as I don't like the Democrats who just fucking push this stuff through without even a thought, it's the opposition that allows this shit to go on, okay? Because they're just as culpable. Like, the GOP in California, in Maryland, New Jersey, New York, they're ineffectual jackasses, okay? They're just as culpable in this shit as well because they don't do anything to push against this stuff. If they were a better opposition, better laws, more sensible regulations or lack of regulations would come about. But no, when it's Mike Tyson against a fucking preschooler, you just get whatever a fucking 21-year-old coked out Mike Tyson wants. Local government and organizations will apply for the money and run their programs. The State Department of Social Services will decide who gets the funding. California lawmakers left it up to local officials to determine the size of the monthly payments, which generally range from $500 to $1,000 in existing programs for around the country. Guaranteed income programs date back to the 18th century, and they've never worked ever. The United States government even experimented with them in the 60s and 70s during the Nixon administration before they fell out of favor because they're fucking stupid and they never fucking work. That's why one of the most prominent modern day examples, somebody who's been pushing universal basic income, couldn't even finish in the top 5 in New York City mayor's race, where that shit should be fucking wildly popular. But we could dive into that entire topic deeper, and we have before in the past, but it doesn't even bother bearing repeating because this is so stupid and it's probably going to end up running dry shortly, and then they're just going to have to rescind this. Couple of years tops, maybe. This is just another one of those ploys to just make sure you vote Gavin Newsom, and yeah, I'll just come up with another policy in the next fucking 3 years or so people remember, hey, Gavin Newsom gave me something free, so I should continue to vote for him because he gives me free stuff, and then wonder at the same time why your situation isn't improving fucking ever. But yeah, no, don't question yourself. Just look at other people and try to blame them for your fucking failings in life. Anyways, going off on a little bit more of a tangent, I suppose. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, guys. It's kind of shit out here, and it's going to be kind of a rainy, dreary weekend, but I don't know. We got a whole bunch of heady topics for tomorrow, at least what I plan. I don't know what kind of crazy shit's going to be happening overnight into tomorrow, but I'd imagine there's something's going to pop up, and if not, we got a whole backlog of old stories from the past week because it's been fucking bonkers, and hopefully we can get to all of them. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.